Herbivore.
Yo, how are we doing, peeps? Thanks for joining me. My picture's a little low down. There we go. That's a little bit, it's a bit low res as well. What have I done there? Ah, dear. Someone sack me. Big Spoon Bear, you are first. And yes, that does count. You win the internet for today. Angel Cooper, you're second. Got day off today and I'm enjoying it by cleaning. Those are strong words. Those are strong words. Big Spoon Bear, I'm still working from home, so it's a bit loaded on my phone, a bit early for me, usually no different to radio, indeed. Right, I just look for more things aimed at me. Dan, Lieutenant Dan, he's in the house. Good old Aslan. Afternoon, my good people. Hope you're all doing well. I hope you're doing well, my friend. Bent Vegan Trucker, you've had a name change. Oh, good morning. It's all been a while since I've been honest. Good to have you back, my friend. Raz the Vegan. Hey, Hench. Nice to see you at Vegan Camp Out. Sorry, I was 3 tequilas in. If I was weird, that's all right. That's fair enough, and nice to meet you. Yeah, I really loved enjoying. I really enjoyed meeting all you guys. It was emotional, to be honest. Really emotional. It's brown bread. I'm going to guess you mean whole grain bread by that tone of phrase. Okay to eat daily or best avoided. Usually have a few slices a day. I often have up to 4 slices. My reasoning is I find it easier to eat than just eating entirely intact grains. From a health perspective, you're better to eat intact grains, so wheat, berries, pastas are actually quite good. So whole wheat pasta, rice, amaranth, quinoa, teff, farro, all that good stuff. Because it's ground up, it has a different effect in the body. It is more sort of sugar-like in terms of how it acts. You're going to have less particles, less of the, say, resistant starch. More of that is going to get through the wall of the small intestine into the bloodstream, less to feed your good gut bacteria in the large intestine, in the colon. And then there's additives. Like if it's got palm oil in, palm oil is particularly bad for heart health. Oils in general, not very good. Some are more harmful than others. If it's a minimum, if it's things like olive oil, like maybe that wouldn't have too much of a detriment. But what you can definitely say is it's not as healthy as what it's displacing. So you're not getting the benefits from the whole foods. And then salt is the biggest contributor towards Alzheimer's disease, which is now the biggest killer of UK residents. Other additives, chemical nonsense. There's better breads and there's worse breads, but even the best bread is not going to be as good as the intact grains which it displays is. On the scale of things, where you're eating a whole foods plant-based diet and a couple of slices of a quality whole grain bread, I can't imagine it would have too much of a detriment, however. Catherine Green, good to see you. Georgia Dennis, first time watching a live, followed the channel for 3 to 4 years. Well, thank you for your support, and I'm glad you caught us today. It's a bit of a random time today. Simply, I've got a video posting at 5, and so if I was to stream later, YouTube will be basically promoting my video to the best of its ability based on how good they think the video is. But then if I then stream afterwards, it will then promote the stream over the video. This is what I've recently learned. So best to stream before the video. So that's why we're on at a weird time. Where in the world are you, Georgia? How's the vegan scene there? How's veganism treating you? I'm interested. Doug Diggler, I bet there's a lot of coke and MDMA there at the vegan campout. I wouldn't know. There was definitely some LSD there because I was microdosing. Big Spoon Beer. That's not for me particularly. Lord, good to see you, brother. Big Spoon Bear, hypothetical question. If Pokemon were real, would it be ethical vegan to catch them? No, of course not. Don't be ridiculous. And what do you mean, if it was real? Terrible. Stop laughing, you.
Oh, no, I'm going to laugh if I want to.
It's my party, and I'll laugh if I want to. Vegan Mooncat, subscribe to him. He's great. General Mooncat, subscribe to him. I was with him the weekend, and he's a fantastic fella.
Oh, he's the best person.
Some sort of marvellous mechanical man.
You don't get much better than Mooncat and his family.
Yeah, that's for damn sure. Big Spoon, I wonder if anyone's done a video on what if Arse Ketchup was a vegan. Who is this Arse Ketchup fella? I don't know. Wind Waker, what the funky vegan heaven. This is the unusual time. Yeah, it is an unusual time. Eliza is here. We met her on the weekend. She's blinking fantastic. Gives a lovely hug. Subscribe to her as well. She's bloody good, people. Shaggy Rogers is in the hizzy. Nice to see you. Apocalypse Sow. That's a good name. Paul, saw your recent video involving vegan games. Do you think advertising his pornography at the end of his vegan content is acceptable? Is it harmful addiction for the young men who are his base? Yeah, I don't really know. It's certainly not particularly helpful. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, really. I don't know. Don't really know what to say about that, but it's certainly, not particularly helpful. Big Spoon, wahoo! I never on the internet before. Roku in the hizzy, good to see you, my friend. Shaggy, green tea is pretty nice and hot for this. Are you the guy where we say bell end and you drink it? I think you are. I don't want to just shout out the phrase bell end and then you think I'm being cruel, but I'm sure you are the guy. So, bell end. Vegan trucker, had name changed from a vegan truck. Yeah, that was it. Big Spoon, I have whole wheat seeded bread. That sounds nice. Raz, hope you weren't intimidated by my huge physique at vegan campout. Maybe next year. So many people said that how much bigger I looked in real life, and several people said that they didn't come over and say hello. So that's sad. My size worked against me. Omingo Gaming in the hizzy. Shaggy, is it true resistance such increases in bread if you freeze it then toast it? Yeah, I did hear something about this. I don't know. I don't know. Possibly. I don't know. I had something somewhere, but I can't remember exactly what it was or where it was. You don't have the link, do you? Wind Waker, Paul, I recently started your Ideal Health General Advice and Success Stories playlist. Thank you for these videos. They are gold. Thank you. Yeah, I agree. It's inspirational stuff. Nutrition is so powerful, but we just don't know. We obviously don't know, or we'd all be eating whole foods, plant-based all of the time. Unless we have a death wish. Raz, on a serious note, mate, I owe you so much of my health journey. It's super cool meeting you at camp out. Sometimes you forget people are real when you see them from a phone. Yeah, like, you know, I just see a number on a screen. I just see a number. If I look at my subscribers right now, there's quite a few of yous. 57,200 odd subscribers. Sort of sounds impressive, but like you can't really picture in your mind 57,200 people. I've got no idea what that would really look like. I guess it would be several X the camp out. What was there, 12,000 people? So that would be like 5.5X the camp out. I can't imagine seeing that many people, but it's sort of abstract. Like it's sort of a bit unbelievable, really. I don't know that I really appreciate it or believe it. But when I meet person after person and they've got a face and they're smiling away and, you know, they've got legs and that and they're moving around and telling me, and I think, wow, these are real individuals with their own stories and, you know, a lot of disease, like reversal and just amazing stories. Check out my last video. It was a vlog of the weekend, and you know we met a guy who really reversed some bad heart health. Very, very good. Wind Waker, question: when will the bark licking study you mentioned on the Dr. Alan Desmond video start camping? I didn't lick any bark today. I have done previously, but I was in the woods this morning and I did feel obliged to touch some bark and also some mushrooms. I think they were chicken of the woods. I felt obliged to like touch them for some reason. I don't know why. Dan, I make a Mickey own wholemeal seeded bread, but we only have 500 gram loaf every 2 weeks or so. Yeah, I would say that's very acceptable. Not optimal, but acceptable. Amingo, I have a question. My new protein powder has xanthan gum in it. Is it healthy to consume xanthan gum? I don't really know. I mean, it's probably not a whole food, so it's likely not to be ideal. I would seek to do a nutrition facts search. nutritionfacts.org. Xanthan gum. If anyone knows, these people will know. But there's nothing about it. Yeah, I wouldn't know. I'm afraid. Sorry. I mean, you might search PubMed or something just to see if there's been any studies. Sue, hello. Oh, I met you on the weekend. It's real, didn't I? Ran time to stream, so I'm watching you from the cross trainer. Yeah, I've got a video dropping at 5 p.m. So I thought I'd do the stream beforehand so as not to take the steam off of the video in the algorithms. So thank you for joining. I'm sorry for the lack of notification. And yeah, it was great to meet you. Apocalypse Sale, Ezekiel makes flawless breads, wraps, English muffins from organic sprout grains, legumes and seeds. You don't know if it's relevant in Europe. I think it is. Like it's kind of online. Maybe I should give it a go. You're welcome, Mooncat. Yeah, and it was amazing meeting you, Eliza. You're such a lovely person. Benny Green, what's up, my bestie? Good to see you. The vegan mooncat, watching from my sick bed, we all have the thing that shall not be named. Space AIDS. Terrible. You will go gallivanting around with snogging aliens and eating food from intergalactic truck stops or vending machines. Big spoon. Ask Ketchup was the trainer in Pokemon. Now I know. See, I was a little too old for Pokemon, I'm afraid. I've got grey in my beard now. I'm Greybeard the pirate. Luke, was amazing to see you at Vegan Camp Out. What a weekend. Indeed, amazing to see you. And yeah, what a weekend. I'm pumped. I want more of these events. We are at the Animal Rights March this coming weekend, so that will be something. I see that as we had one weekend of real celebration and enjoyment, and now we'll have a weekend of, protesting and doing something positive for the movement. How many of you guys are going? I hope I didn't prick your conscience there if you're not going. Or do I? Maybe that was my plan. Yeah, who's going to the march? Oh, catch 'em. I get it. Catch 'em. Got to catch 'em all. I get it. Brace. Thanks for joining. What's your endurance training like? Are you a boxer, runner, or swimmer? No, I just do bodybuilding now, so I'm kind of doing the opposite of endurance training. I'm very lazy. I have trained very hard with boxing, martial arts stuff in the past as a vegan, and I found it was a boost to my fitness. Just Mike Pease, what would be a good combination with the Vivo's vanilla whole? What would be a good combination? What do you mean, for like a smoothie or something? I mean, the point of whole is it's like a meal replacement, so you kind of wouldn't really need to add anything in. Yeah, so yeah, there's that. Dan, I'm going to be there. Am I right so much? Excellent. Excellent. What should we do, Gem, at the march? Shall we just say we'll try to be at the front of the march kind of thing at the beginning?
I guess so.
Yeah, guys, if you want to meet up for the march, we'll probably be at the front there right early on. We'll try to be anyway. Eliza, Bellend. Shaggy, thanks for that. Bellend, Hench, sitting on my tea as we speak. Bellend. Daniel, question about oats. When I soak and wash my oats, the water turns white murky if I don't wash the stuff. Oatmeal gives me a heavy bloated feeling. What or why is that? I don't know. With legumes, you get this hemicellulose. Is it what it's called? Some kind of like plant sugar that you do need to like rinse off. There's stuff to rinse off with quinoa. Oats though, I've not heard of that. I've got no idea. The water turns white murky. I've got to think that's just the oats, like just small particles. Yeah, I've got absolutely no idea what that might be other than that, I'm afraid, Daniel. Yeah, that's odd. That's really odd. I've got no clue. Sorry about that. Gus, when the world goes vegan, what do you spend your time on? That's going to be the problem, isn't it? I guess I will promote just healthy nutrition. I will just keep going along the whole foods, plant-based diet versus just excluding animal products. I think that will be it's my main focus now. I mean, obviously I am very animal rights oriented, but yeah, I'll keep doing what I'm doing in regards to healthy nutrition, I think. That was a good question. Mooncat, Paul, I took your Sony apart today. It's got so many screws. Oh, nightmare. Thank you for that, my friend. Oh, and we managed to post that thing to you today. Before we went there yesterday, and the blinking post office was shut at 5. We got there at 5. So, but it's on your way. It's on its way to . Also, Mooncat, I don't know if I told you this. The guy said you really need to wrap it well with like bubble wrap. They don't like those going through the post apparently. So you might want to keep the bubble wrap that I think we just wrapped it round there to make it easy so you can reuse it. Big Spoon. I have 32 subscribers on Daddy Bear Reads at Bedtime, which is like a class of school kids. Well, that's nice, isn't it? That's nice. I mean, for me, like, even if I save one person's life, like, that makes it worthwhile, doesn't it? And, if you're just trying to bring joy to people, maybe you're bringing joy to 32, like a class full of kids. That's decent, isn't it? Like, it's all relative. We get hung up on numbers. And, I'm sure that I'd never be happy, I'm sure that I'd never be happy. And, just why worry about it, I guess. Dirk Diggler, do a podcast, invite guests on. Well, that told me. I suppose I could. I've done a few interviews now. I suppose I could turn some of those into podcasts. Got an interview coming up tomorrow night. There's a British guy, Scotsman, I think. He just won Britain's Strongest Man, under 90 kilos, natural, so drug tested federation, vegan. He's the strongest man in that federation currently. So that's good, isn't it? Dirk, blackberries are out. Get foraging. Word. Mike, met you and Sophie at Campout. Very nice people. Gemma, are you talking about my partner? Or is there a Sophie person who's famous? Anyway, thank you for your kind words, my friend. Yeah, it's lovely to meet all you guys. It was really nice. Really inspired me, like, for the next year, just to like keep smashing it. So, top 3 list of best oil. I've got no clue. It's not something I've looked at. It's a bit like saying to me, like, which are the best knives to get stabbed with. Like, which bullets would you prefer to be shot with, kind of? Do you know what I mean? If I had to just hazard a guess, I would think like cold pressed extra virgin olive oil in an opaque bottle, maybe, like, would be up there. I wouldn't heat it though. I wouldn't even eat it, but if you're gonna eat it, I would have it raw. Maybe like hemp oil, avocado. I don't really know. If I'm honest. It's not something I've looked into. Certainly not coconut oil, palm oil, or cocoa butter. I would say they're the 3 worst ones. Wind Waker, in some videos, including the shopping with your son one, you love that so much. Thank you. You'll enjoy the video that's dropping at 5 because it's part 2 of that. You mentioned that the veggie better cut the veggies 10 minutes in one video, it says 40 minutes in another. What's the best time? Depends what veggies you're talking about. The 10 minutes would have been for allium vegetables like onions, garlic, shallots, spring onions, all those sorts of ones. Leeks. It's 10 minutes to produce the allium, but it's 40 minutes to produce sulforaphane in cruciferous vegetables like broccoli, bok choy, cabbage, cauliflower, kale, etc. So I was right on both accounts. Trying to catch me out there. Super chat. Eat plants, you kind soul. $20 on the super chat. That's really generous. 4 years whole foods plant-based today. Let's have a round of applause for Eat Plants, please, before I carry on. I won't carry on until I see some rounds of applauses. That's amazing. If an old redneck guy from the States can do it, anyone can. Thanks, guys, on my break back to work. No question, just very generously supporting their local neighbourhood vegan YouTubers out of the kindness of their heart. And I guess you probably can't answer because you're back to work. But if you can later on, what inspired you to go whole foods plant-based specifically? And how has it been treating you? How's your health as a result? I'd be interested to hear health, energy, body composition. What were the benefits is what I would like to know. Wind Waker, does that count for everything? I'm especially interested in onions, bell peppers, broccoli. So in terms of peppers and things, I really haven't heard anything about any nutrients in there that need to have that kind of chemical flare reaction. And what I will say is if you leave it too long, you then create endotoxins, which means that the anti-inflammatory effects of vegetables could be diminished or negated. So it's not good to buy pre-chopped stuff, really. It's not optimal. It's not optimal in terms of health benefits. So best to have 10 minutes and no more for allium, 40 minutes and no more for cruciferous. And I don't know about I've not heard anything about other vegetables. It's just specifically like allium and sulforaphane that benefit from this. But yeah, leave it too long and you actually cause more harm than good. Indian vegan runner. Went to the last one a couple of years back, but I'm busy that day. It's a really good excuse to visit some good vegan restaurants. Oh, the March, yeah. Yep, no doubt we'll have a good look around. We're going to stay for an extra day with our good friends Paul and Selma, so we're excited about that. Shaggy, is the sodium in soy sauce something to worry about? Yes. Yeah, it's the top contributor to Alzheimer's disease. Now, the biggest killer of UK residents, which I'm fond of saying about. So yeah, you want to be limiting that. Eliza, why do some people refuse to use the word vegan and call you in the food you eat vegetarian? Just because they're thick. They're just really, really thick. Benny, I'll see you at the March, bro. We'll have another photo. Yes, please. So yeah, as soon as we get there, we'll just try to be there somewhere at the front if possible. And yeah, it'd be great to see you, my friend, and do another photo. Very good. We should square off like we're going to do a boxing match or something. I think that would be a fun photo. Don't beat me up though, because I know you're tougher than me. Wheat, hi Hench, love being vegan, just struggling to transition all my clothes. Oh, you mean, now I took it you meant that you'd lost loads of weight or something, so like you need to change it, but maybe you're talking about leather and things, and you know, people have differing views. I think that's okay. Like I wore leather boots for 2 or 3 years into my veganism for the simple fact that they were really well built and they just weren't deteriorating. And I thought, you know, I don't want to have to buy. Well, I didn't have the money to replace them anyway, so I couldn't have replaced them. I just was not well off enough to replace things beforehand. I would have liked to. Where was I going with that? Yeah, but you're gonna, by buying new things, you're then harming the earth further. Like you're harming the earth's resources. You're creating more like, you know, industrial pollutants or whatever, perhaps, or, you know, you're certainly taking from the earth like more than would have been necessary. I guess if you give them to someone who otherwise would buy a leather pair, then, you know, that makes sense, and I guess that lessens the impact if you can afford to. But, you know, it's about veganism is not perfection, and it's about not causing cruelty or exploitation of animals. So the harm's been done. Like you're not doing any further. You're not causing any further cruelty or exploitation because you're not buying them every week. You've got them. So it is not necessarily vegan, non-vegan to have these things if you already had them. So that's a distinction we need to make. Some people will say, well, you're normalising it. You're sort of making it okay. But the truth is, there's so many good vegan alternatives now. People don't know whether it's real leather or a vegan version. And what difference are you really going to make? Like, it's so prevalent. You know, whether you've got them or not, it's not going to make them any more or less desirable because the genie's kind of out of the bottle at this point, you know. You're welcome, Wind Waker. Anything else you need to know, just ask. Consistency Queen. Hi, Paul. How's your day going? Well, thanks for asking. Pretty darn good. Yeah, I'm thriving. I've had a bit of a bitty day, just catching up with little bits and pieces to do with work. But yeah, I'm feeling very accomplished. And I've got a great video coming out at 5 p.m. where part 2 of My Son Goes Vegan, where we catch up with him. So he did his shop at Asda. Well, I showed him how to shop for plant-based products, but he's done pretty well, but it's not been plain sailing. So it had some obstacles to overcome. So yeah, we just sit down and have a good chat about that. I'll give him some advice, and I think the video came out really well. I hope like super hardline vegans won't give me a hard time for being quite lenient and not being like unkind to him. You know, I think he'll get there. But it's not so easy for people when they've been eating one way for 20. Not making excuses. You know, we should all try our best. But I think he's doing well. I think he's en route to becoming an ethical vegan. I think certainly in his heart he certainly says that the logic makes a lot of sense to him. He's a good lad. He'll get there. But anyway, yeah, let me know what you think. Apocalypse Sale. Are soy protein isolates and other protein supplements found in powders ideal to consumers? Better to consume? I was Whole Foods. I mean, they're ideal from the perspective of if you need a higher percentage of protein in your diet, like that's a way to do it. But from a health perspective, always Whole Foods. So, yeah, more legumes, stuff like that. That's funny, Shaggy. I like that. Callum just found out about black salt. What is the proper name for that? I've forgotten now. We never use it. I just don't like eggs, so yeah, I prefer my scrambled tofu not to be too egg-like. Why have I forgot the name of black salt? Namak. I can't remember. Someone will tell me. Zal, I love creatine, though I love the half effect and the electrification vibe in the muscle. I hope my creatine synthetic is full Vegna. I'm sure it is full Vegna. It tends to be synthetically made in a lab these days rather than sourced from animal hairs. Big Spoon, should it be called rights activism as we are all animals? Good question. I like that. Thinking outside the box there. Aaron Nicholson, hello again from Oregon. Vegan scene is pretty decent out here. Very good. Very good. And how long have you been doing the vegan thing? And how are you feeling? That's good to hear. Robert Pacino in the hizzy, good to see you. Callum, what's worse, sugar or sodium? So refined sugar or sort of table salt, I guess you're asking. Because sugar in fruit is fine, and a bit of sodium in your say your leafy greens, like particularly your celery. Like we need some sodium, but yeah, to have too much of refined versions is horrible. I would say probably sodium, but again, it's a bit like asking me, do I want to be shot or stabbed? So I would seek to limit or eliminate both. Consistent Queen, how can I convince my parents that dogs can and should be plant-based? Dig up some information about Brambles. Brambles the dog. There's a book, Brambles, the dog who wanted to live forever. Her owner, Anne Heritage, in that book outlines her whole foods plant-based diet. And until recent years, she was the longest-lived dog on record in the Guinness Book of Records. Border Collie bitch she was. So yeah, there's that. Will in the house, hi to you. Consistency Queen, why do people believe oil is healthy? Marketing. You just say something often enough with enough certitude, you get people to believe anything. We used to believe cigarettes were good for you. They used to give them to school children. So, yeah, there's that. Will, went to vegan camp out but didn't end up seeing you. Got tickets next year. Hopefully see you then. Hell yeah! No doubt I'll be there. Eliza's got her tickets for next year already. Sergeant Angharad's up in here. How are you, lovely? Subscribe to that young lady. Angharad, I need you to do something. Right, I'm going to start recording now. I need you, Angharad, to... sorry to ask you to do this again. Film yourself doing the emojis and then hitting enter. So don't start just yet because I need to start recording video. Basically, I need to film us both doing it and then the chat. Okay, whenever you're ready, Angharad, please put some emojis and then we can get your issues sorted out. I need to show from both ends of the equation, basically. In the meantime, I'll try and answer questions from over here. Where was I? Apocalypse Sale. Does Vivo Life use all whole foods in their supplements, or are there some processed ingredients involved? Also, are they sourcing organic ingredients, refining foods that have pesticide residues problematic? They're organic. Yeah, they are organic. The only non-whole foods would be things like the B12 that they add in. But yeah, it's pretty much whole foods sourced and organic. Yeah, they're very good. They're, from what I've seen, definitely the healthiest one to get. Zarelli, it's called the vegan diet, the skeleton diet. That's weird. I could have sworn he's about half my size. What's it? Will, when is the Animal Rights March? It is this Saturday. Gem, is it midday, the march? Is it midday? Animal Rights March.
Saturday, yeah?
Is it midday?
Yeah, I think the 12:30. I think.
12:30.
I think so.
You don't sound like you know.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Animal Rights March, London, this Saturday, 12:30. We don't know exactly. And I certainly don't know exactly where it is. I think it's slightly different from last time. So, pardon? There's a Facebook page, and it's not Surge this year, is it? It's Extinction Rebellion. Yeah, Extinction Rebellion, Facebook. Check it out. Come and say hello. Oh no, I'm not keeping up with the... Oh no, it is keeping up. That's fine. I thought I might miss Angharad's use of emojis. Yeah. I'm not sure if she's heard me or not. Oh, I wouldn't see it though, would I? Done. Lovely. Thank you, Angharad. Boom. Right, so I can report that now. So let me write that down on my to-do list. Okay, we're there. Shaggy, I'm not a UK resident, so I'm safe, right? Let's get in. We'll reduce my soy sauce intake. Good man. Luca, what's wrong with taking honey? A few things. Number one, I think your average like honeybee lives for 42 days. When you take their honey, they panic and they work themselves to death in half the time. They live for about 21 days. So, yeah, just that should be enough. In commercial facilities, they buy in the queens. They basically cut their wings so they can't fly away. When we pull the hive apart to steal their honey, we end up crushing loads of them. How would you like to work your ass off all week and then someone rip your house in part, nick your fridge with all your food in it that you've been worked so hard for, and then crush your nan when they put it all back together again? Oftentimes at the end of the season, they'll kill off like whole colonies. Yeah, it's just exploitative. And people say, oh, like, what does it matter? They're just insects. They're really small. Well, you're really small compared to me. Does that mean I can nick your lunch and, you know, like, crush you a bit? Like, does that make it okay? Because I could. Zarelli, I used to have some seal skin waterproof gloves. I bet you didn't. I bet you had a brand called Seal Skin, which are synthetic gloves. I have 2 pairs of them. Or perhaps I'm wrong. Luca, leather and fake leather are bad for the environment. Just get rid of both. There's fake leather now made from things like cactus and pineapple, like skin. You can get environmentally sound vegan leathers, I believe. I'm no expert. So really, I had my blood test done and my vitamins and minerals at the top of the range, cut down on fish, and my mercury levels are like, good man. Let's have a round of applause for Zerelli. Doing all the good things. Benny, I'd never beat you up if someone paid me. Only people who deserve it. Same, brother, same. I hope never to have to lay my hands on someone in anger ever again. That's the dream. That would be very good. Connor, I have rescued chickens from BHWT. Small fees paid to them. The farmer, I think, about £3 on Facebook, which gives me a funding the farmers. Saving chickens and they enjoy my garden. What do you guys think? I think, yeah, I think you're saving chickens. You know, people always have something negative to say. Instead of using that energy to be like negative, like they could have used that time and energy to do something positive to save some chickens. Do you know what I mean? Stacey Langley, how are you doing? General Langley, good to see you. Will, I convinced my pescatarian friend to go vegan a few days ago for ethical reasons too. Respect. So, really, are dogs naturally plant-based? I thought they came from wolves. Yeah, they are descended from wolves, but they are very different animals now. Most dogs can thrive on a vegan or like a plant-based diet, but again, it needs to still be adequate for their needs. So, Anne Heritage, as I said, developed a whole foods plant-based diet that was adequate for her dog, and she was the longest lived dog on record for a long time. Other than that, like you can get complete vegan dog foods, which again have all the nutrients they need. But no, like most dogs now, I think, by and large, can be plant-based. They are facultative rather than obligate omnivores. Foxy Blonde, good to see you, my lovely bonny Scottish lass. Daniel, what were the veggie burgers that you were eating last night? I saw it on your Instagram. So they were Asda's own. They've got a bit of oil in there, so they're not ideal. But I grill them and let a lot of the oil drip out. And they're soya based. So they've not, they're not like mock meat. They've not got heme iron. They've certainly not got coconut oil, palm oil, cocoa butter. So on the scale of things, they're all right. They're not as healthy as the whole plant foods that say displays. But quite simply, I wasn't very hungry, but I needed to get a decent amount of calories and protein in. So I use them on a rare occasion. Were I not bodybuilding, I just simply wouldn't have bothered eating so much. Not ideal, but on the scale of things, not too bad on a rare occasion. That's what I would say. And thanks for following me on Instagram. Guys, do follow me on the gram. I do loads of posts, hench_herbivore. Foxy, my cousin Katie has just gone vegan this week. Nice. I'm so proud of her for giving it her best shot. Please give Katie a shout out and wish her well. Katie, well done you. Let's have a round of applause, everyone, please, for Katie. Well done for doing the kindest thing for the planet, for the animals, and for yourself. And I'm sure that you're going to be very, very pleased that you did. And well done you. Love it. Consistency Green, can high blood pressure be caused by stress alone? I imagine so. I mean, it wouldn't stay like chronically elevated. I wouldn't have thought. You know, the main thing is like atherosclerosis, too much sodium in the diet. That's the sort of thing that will keep it up there. But stress, you know, stress hormones will certainly raise your blood pressure. But I wouldn't have my blood pressure tested and it's horrible and think, I'm probably just a bit stressed. I would be addressing diet and lifestyle factors. Carl Davis, hey Paul, love your cookbook. Thank you. I was wondering what are some of your go-to easy evening meals? We eat a lot of the meals out of where do you get your protein very regularly. Easiest like meal really is just a Buddha bowl. So we'll just get like a grain or a tuber. You know, we might make oven like baked chips, you know, with no oil. And then like just some different vegetables, be they cooked or salad. A little of fats in the form of nut seeds, whole nut and seeds, like butters, like tahini oftentimes. Maybe we'll make some sort of drizzle out of that with some, you know, lemon, nooch, mustard, all these sorts of flavours, whatever herbs and spices you like. And then a legume as well, be it like lentils, split peas, chickpeas, a myriad of different beans, tofu, tempeh, maybe seitan on occasion. Just some hot sauce, something like that. So just a bowl of like great stuff. Like that never turns out bad. Like I say, it's nice, you know. Bit of salsa on there if you want, like a bit of hummus in there. That's a very easy go-to meal. Sometimes just we bake some fries again just to make chips in the oven or the air fryer. You know, again, oil-free. Maybe we'll make like a bean dip. And have some salad with it, or some cooked veg, or crudité will go well. Yeah, they're kind of the more simple meals. I'm trying to think what we're having today. Oh, I don't know actually. Check out my what I eat in a day videos. Those are very representative of what we often eat, like day to day. Apocalypse Sal, you mean Sreg is half the size of your leg? Quite possibly. Consistency Queen, can biodynamic produce be considered vegan? I hope so. What does it even mean? I've not even looked it up, to be honest, but I do occasionally buy biodynamic goji berries, simply because if you don't, they often have sulfites added, which are, you know, which can cause like colon cancer and inflammatory bowel diseases. Biodynamics is a holistic, ecological, ethical approach to farming. So ethical's in the title. Is it? Does that mean like? What's the phrase? Oh, I did a forward. I did a. What do you call it? I did a little bit of. Did some writing in the start of a book before, which was this. Oh, what do you call it? What's the other word for this? I did an endorsement was the word I was looking for. What is the other word? when basically, because I was thinking, oh, how do you account for like pests? Well, you invite predators to like live there. I've got a feeling it's probably the same thing. I forget the word, but anyway, yes, I would say it's vegan because you're not causing the harm, and predators need to eat as well. So if it is the same as this thing I'm thinking of, I think it is. I think it is vegan. And the fact is, we have to eat. It's a shame that animals have to be hurt at all, but we do need to eat something, and that's going to be the least harmful out of the different dietary modalities. And in terms of like, if not, you're just spraying pesticides everywhere and killing everything and harming the environment. Dan, Animal Rights March starts at 12:30 from Smithfield Corpse Market. Oh, wow. That's very cool. Foxy, I have your cookbooks now. Thank you very much. Well, thank you very much for supporting what we're doing. I hope you enjoy the recipes as much as I do. Again, we eat those recipes very, very, very often. That's it's all good stuff. Thank you for your support, hun. If it's not for people like you, buying our, cookbooks or courses, or maybe protein powders, CBD, where we get affiliate sales, we get a little money back. I wouldn't be able to do this, so thank you so much. I really appreciate you. Toby Gosling, General Gosling, good to see you, brother. So I'm really sorry that we didn't get to chat at the camp. I forgot to speak to so many people. The guys on the ethics store, just so busy with, as you saw, I think, and you said, like, so many people coming up and wanting to chat. I didn't really get to do much stuff other than get to the loo occasionally, which was a bit of a chore oftentimes. People stopped me, and then eating stuff. The queues were mad for the toilet and for the for the food. So you had very little free time really, where I wasn't either in a queue or meeting people. But yeah, I'm glad we didn't get to chat. Are you going to the Rights March, Toby? And if so, meet you up the front towards the start there. That would be good to catch up. Zarelli, if I was to go from plant-based to vegan, I couldn't give up honey. Well, you wouldn't be vegan then. You wouldn't be vegan. Could you give up honey if your life depended on it? Do you mean to say you wouldn't? But anyway, better than nothing. What's so special about bee vomit? Good point. You lovely people. You're so supportive. I love it. What's the time? Oh, wow. It's time for my blinking video. Right. Thanks for reminding me, Mark. So, yeah, guys, if you can please check out my my latest video. So, my son, who you may have seen in the last of the series, about a month ago, we took him shopping to show him what plant-based foods to buy. He's he's looking to become like an ethical vegan. At the minute, he's trying out the nutrition side. And so in this latest video, it's a catch-up 1 month on, and we see how he's getting on with it. He had some sort of difficulties, so we've tried to address that. So I'm hoping it's a very information rich. I think the last video is still doing really well. It's on about 14k. It's still gathering views, which is unusual lately on YouTube. It seems like the videos aren't doing half as well as they were like a couple of years ago. But yeah, this series seems to be doing good. So I'm hoping, or that video, I'm hoping the whole series will do well. So please, can you check out my new video? Give it a watch, give it a share if you feel drawn to. I'll try and put it in the chat. Manage videos. Even if you don't want to watch the whole thing, if you could just play it in another window, that would really help the algorithm to share it out to more people. I need our videos to do better. We're kind of struggling to get adequate views. I think it's because I do too much of a mix of those types of videos than the call out videos, and I think my audience is too split, so the click-through rate's injured. But anyway, please click on that video right now, give that a look, tell me what you thought. If you don't enjoy it, just play it in another window, maybe share it out, and that'll all help me to turn the world vegan that little bit quicker. Thanks moderators for keeping us troll free. Thanks for the super chats, keeping the beans on my toast, the wolves from the door, and the cameras rolling. We're back Friday night, 6 p.m. GMT. No, 7 p.m. Sorry, is the new time, isn't it? Friday night, 7 p.m. GMT. Me and Gemma for the next stream. If you're new, please hit the subscribe button, click the bell icon so you can become part of this wonderful community because you're all fantastic. Check out my video. See you later, guys. I love you very much. See you soon.